Hello and welcome back to my channel. Quote say the Holi is over. I believe you must have enjoyed the Holi and the colors. Now coming back to my channel, today's topic, I am going to speak on an international issue, international law. Uh, in India, we have been observing. Almost more than a decade. It's been the. It's been on a regular basis. We keep on watching or rather observing the various comments passed by or various comments made by the activists or the so-called self-proclaimed intellectuals, liberals, or should I say the dissenters or critics of the government policies or the government of the day. Or for that matter, I'm not talking about only the central government, but any government, be that in any state, whoever is not happy with their way of administration, their way of dealing with the people's issue, are bound to criticize and are bound to raise the dissent voice. It's all welcome phenomena, nothing wrong in that. But eventually the mighty government, whichever government, if it doesn't like these kind of criticism or the dissent, they intends to invoke the criminal prosecutions. We have seen this happening in various states. I'm not going to go into those details analysis. We all know that. Be that so, and apart from that, there are the people who are habitual people who just want to criticize come what may, whichever way, just because their own agenda is not followed, their own way of dealing or administration is not been accepted, or their own way of thinking is not been accepted, or just they don't like the current or incumbent government, whichever government, be it in the state or the center. So there are the group of people who just don't want to have particular kind of government or particular ideology. They believe in some other ideology or they believe in some other concept of ideology. So they will tend to support those ideology and the concept of ideology, and in the name of that support, blindly they eventually go on criticizing or raising a dissent even on some good works. I'm not saying that the government does all the good works, even on some good and concrete steps taken by the government, but still these people will keep on criticizing, having a dissent, or are trying to raise a kind of propaganda. This all happens, and this all happens in all countries. Be that so, we are normally ruled by the Constitution. We are governed by the Constitution of India, and that's how the Constitution prevails the very important role. Rather, that is the document, that is the Gita as far as the Indian government or Indian citizens are concerned. Here the people keep on naming the leader. They are even going ahead and abusing the particular leader, whether they like the particular state government leader or the central government leader. And this again happens everywhere, in every part of the country. Needless in the name of freedom of expression, these kind of dissents or voices raised, or the propaganda raised, or the dissent raised, is normally not been taken otherwise, unless the particular government have a specific disliking about the particular person who has raised this dissent. But the issue which I am going to raise today is at least not with respect to the government of India, or with respect to any state government. In India, you may criticize or name the Prime Minister, President, Chief Minister, Governor, bureaucrat, judges, but still, by and large, we are a democratic country, and I believe in that. So, and I don't think that there is any other country in the world where you go and name and criticize and abuse the prime minister, chief minister, governor, or the sitting judges, and you will just be going scot free. I don't think that there is any other country in the world except India. You just go and imagine, just imagine if you abuse or criticize or raise the dissent in China, or for that matter in Pakistan, or for that matter in any other country, you will know the consequences of that. The India being the liberal, we believe in the constitution. So by and large, I mean, there are some exceptions, and this has been happening since independence. This is not the first time in last 10 years, or it has happened before that also, and it has happened in last 10 years also, and it will keep on happening in the future also. But by and large, this criticism and dissent has been accepted with pinch of salt. So by and large, not every dissent, not every criticism, not all those abuses are taken to the criminal prosecution. There are some exceptions are there. But today I came across a particular news about in Hong Kong. Hong Kong has passed a new security law, and in that new security law, they have put an heavy penal action, rather a punishment for dissenters or critics of the government, even to the level of taking or considering them as espionage or sedition. And the penalty, prosecution or punishment is varying from 20 years to 11 years. So whoever is living in the Hong Kong, and if they intend to criticize the government policies, or for that matter the government, or they criticize their any administrative steps, it would, or rather if they raise their dissent voices on particular policy or administrative issues, or any event, or for that matter against the government, so that would be considered at par as sedition, or to the extent of espionage, and you will be liable for the prosecution, and the punishment would vary from 20 years to 11 years. So just imagine, that is the kind of law the Hong Kong has passed. And imagine, and there is a voices, there is a concern raised by the international human rights associations and activists about this Hong Kong's new security law. Obviously, I mean, they are concerned about the expression, the freedom of expression, and the dissent voices raised. Merely because you raise some dissent or criticize the government, these kind of harsh penalty in the good wisdom, in the positive wisdom, should not have been levied. But that's not the case within Hong Kong, and Hong Kong has passed this law, which will eventually lead to prosecution, and eventually, if you are convicted, you are behind bar for 20 years to 11 years, depending upon the nature of offense, and which has been considered, whether it is which has been considered by the authorities, whether it is espionage or sedition. So they will decide how it leads to. So fortunately for us in India, we still believe you may agree or disagree with concerned government. You may like or dislike concerned government or concerned leader or concerned political authority. You are still entitled to raise your dissent voice. You are still entitled to criticize them, and the criticism and dissent has been happening, and it's happening since inception of the government. That is way back from 1947, since we got an independence. So and all the governments by and large have given an importance to the freedom of expression, and not taken that harsh step as harsh as it can be, the way the Hong Kong government has taken. So we are fortunate to live in this kind of country, and just imagine those who are cripping and crying that there is democracy is dead, or what is happening is not proper, and yet they are entitled to name and shame the particular government, the state government, the central government, the leader, the judges, and yet they are roaming free. It means that you are in the safe country and the most democratic country in the world, that is India. So you should be considering yourself as a fortunate. Otherwise, situation in other countries, be it China, Pakistan, Hong Kong, is not the way you think. The freedom of expression, in the name of freedom of expression, whatever you intend to say is not permissible, as it is demonstrated by this new law of Hong Kong government, which is a new security law. I thought of sharing this my own thought, and that's how this video has been made today. And I hope you have liked this video. Though it's a holy day, I thought of initially not posting the video on this holiday, but eventually after lunch times, I thought of there is not much issue if I record this video and post it, because ultimately the celebration of Holi is over, and maybe some people are still in hangover mood, but still eventually it is around 6 o'clock. So I hope you will enjoy watching this video after your Holi celebration, and I shall keep posting different videos on the different legal subject on everyday basis, as I already keep doing it. And on this note, I take a leave and I'm signing off. Good day, and thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you. Bye.